Again, 17 wins, 17 different ways to win. And I thought our team responded to the last couple of days. They were excited to play. They had tremendous energy, and I think the energy of the crowd helped fuel them even more. This is one of the best crowds of start to finish, just level of enthusiasm and energy that we've had all year. And we've had some awesome crowds, but our crowd was tremendous today. And I thought our team came out with really good resolve, and we knew we were playing a team. The number one focus for us from the very beginning with Iowa was the transition offense, and it was even better than what we thought and better than what we'd seen on film. And they really did a great job of getting out and running and getting some easy baskets, but our guys continued to respond. So we didn't want to get into a situation where we were trading baskets, and there were a couple of times it did. Maybe that was just the pace of the game. But for the most part, our guys did a very good job of moving the basketball. We had 11 assists at half, 20 for the game. We had, I believe, 27 deflections at half, so we were active defensively. We were rebounding the ball. So there were a lot of good things happening. I think the table was set today by Verdell in the way that he moved the basketball, the way that he got into the lane, the way that he found people. Certainly Cody was outstanding throughout the game, but he was the beneficiary of some very good looks, a lot of penetration. And I thought Will Sheehy gave us a real lift to start the game. It was a matchup situation for him that we wanted, with him on Zach McCabe. Christian got rolling. And we really had a very solid game from a lot of people. But the bottom line was that the ball moved. And when the ball moves on offense and when you're active on defense, and we kept understanding the pace of the game, it worked out well for us.
Just elaborate on Verdell a little bit. He seems to have played much better the last two games, especially the first half of this game. What's going on in the pursuit?
Well, I think he just continues to improve. I think he's a senior that wants to make a mark. I think he's a senior that has improved in all areas, especially on the defensive end. And we felt like we had a really good matchup for him the other night. He did, and he made some great plays, especially in the first half. And came out today with great resolve. So, I mean, I think Verdell's playing very well, and he is a two-way player. I mean, he really is doing an excellent job defensively, and proud of the way that he's playing, and we just need to keep it up. It was great to see, because it was starting to come certainly in the Nebraska game, and very active, a lot of energy. And when he's confident going up and making baskets, well, that energizes our entire team. That's like a Matt Roth 3 or a Victor or Will Dunk for us, because our players love him. I mean, they want, and obviously our fans do too, they want to see him be successful. And when he's aggressive like that, it makes a huge difference in our team. And I thought he drew a big charge in the second half of getting back. It's hard because our bigs were underneath the basket. They were getting dunks. They were getting some layups. And they're racing and getting the ball out of bounds. I mean, we had to play at a very fast pace to get back. And I thought he did an excellent job with that as well.
Your thoughts on Will and Derek?
I thought they were very good, and we want Derek to play with confidence. And the last couple of days in practice, he hadn't been doing that, and that needed to change, because he's one of our better shooters. He really is. And when he just lets the game come to him, and you could look back at especially the Ohio State game at home. I mean, he was a key guy defensively and with the defensive boards. So when I look at him as one of 7 starters, I mean it. And sometimes he needs to be reminded of that. And but I thought he played with confidence. He shot the ball extremely well, and we got the lift from Will that we thought we'd get, that we wanted to get by putting him in the lineup. Because Zach McCabe, what did he end up? 3. Zach McCabe was averaging 18 points in the last 3 games. He was 20 of 29 in his last 3 games. He had become their go-to guy, and we wanted to put a top-flight defender on him. I hadn't even thought about that. I want to go back and look at the dunk highlight show that he had. So, Cody's an excellent passer. You know, sometimes we make the basket, sometimes we don't, but Cody's been passing the ball at a high level all year. I'm not sure. It's what worked today. I feel like we have 7 starters. So I'm not married to anything, and so much of it right now is based on matchups and personnel and combinations, things of that nature.
Is it hard to believe you can come away with a 14-point win when the other team shoots 79% in the second?
Yeah, I'll worry about that later. I'm glad we got the win. It was nice for the fans. It was nice for the team. It meant we moved the ball. I'm excited about the 20 offensive rebounds and the 20 assists.
On a little bit more on Verdell, I guess Derek was in here. He said it seems like he's rushing a lot less. He's making better decisions.
Meaning Verdell?
Verdell seems to be less.
Oh, I thought he let the game come to him. There's no question. I think he is. Possessions matter, and I think the older you get, and when you start to win, you realize that possessions really do matter. Decision making really matters, and he's doing an excellent job with that. And we needed that lift for him because we weren't getting it today as much from Jordan. And so to have Verdell really distribute the ball the way that he did and make plays the way that he did, I thought that was really good for us. But he's been getting better all year. He's a product of the work that he did in the offseason. He's a product of being a senior, and he's a product of wanting to, like I said, leave a mark in his career here of a guy that helped bring this program back.
I know you talked about Derek's defense before, where he came in averaging 2.5 points in Big Ten play. Just how important is it for him to get involved in the offense?
Oh, there's no question. I talked about that, right? We want him to shoot the ball. He's one of our better shooters. He's one of our absolute best shooters. And sometimes he gets away from that and needs a reminder that he's that good. And the last thing we want Derek to do is to play where he's got to be thinking too much. And I don't mean that negatively as much as he just needs to play. And whether it's a set, whether it's the break, whether it's the shot clock, you know, when he's moving and moving without the basketball and getting people open and he's spacing and picking and popping, that's really good stuff. I was really happy for him to make those shots. It was big for us, too.
With 2 road games coming up next week, how important was it to have a game like this with shots falling there?
Well, it's important to play well, and I think there's it's like anything else. It's like I said earlier. You know, we've got the 17 wins, and you got to find different ways to win them. We have. There's a lot of things to shore up. There's no question about that. But our guys did an excellent job of taking what the game gave them, really following a game plan. Everything that we practiced for, they did, and we took some of it away, some of it we didn't. But that's, you know, there's still a lot of room for improvement in this team with a lot of season left. Go ahead, Destin. We're good. We're good.
You guys obviously go from a very extremely slow game to an extremely fast game. What was it like for those guys to make this, adaptation, I guess, and how it seemed like they were just happy to be able to play in a free flow?
Oh yeah. That's not. I mean, you know, that works for Wisconsin playing that way, and they're very successful with that, and that's how they play, and it puts a lot of pressure on each possession. It really does. And the one thing we didn't do up there the other night, that if we do it, it could be a different story. Is we didn't offensive rebound the ball the way that we needed to. Tonight we did, and that's crucial. But what today showed is we're in pretty good shape because obviously Iowa is, and I think we are too. Go ahead.
Is Hull's okay, Tom?
What question is that? What kind of question is
Well,
that?
there was a couple tweets that they said something in the Big Ten broadcast he was hurt, and that's why you held him out for a while.
No, come on. No, he's fine. He's fine. It wasn't his best day. He'll be fine. Okay,
So
good.
you had an 8-point lead, they cut it down to 32-31 with 7 minutes to go, and you went on that 22-6 run going into halftime for a 17-point lead. And then there, Cody getting 8, and Verdell getting 5 assists. Can you talk about that little run?
The run was good. It's keyed off defense and keyed off defense and ball movement.
How important was it for the offense's versatility kind of going forward to only hit 4 threes but still score as much and still win by?
Yeah, this is not a stat game as much when you look at it. I mean, there's a couple of shots we'd want back. We addressed that in huddles, and I addressed that with some substituting. But the bottom line was you had to take what the defense was giving you, and they were giving us an opportunity to get the ball inside, get the ball dropped off, get it kicked out. And our guys did a really good job of recognition. It's not as much the turnovers. Try to get these guys to understand this. It's like you don't want to be giving them a negative, like don't turn it over, okay? You want to be giving them a positive, like make the right decisions. Make the right decisions. And when you watch the film and you see where we are versus where we aren't, you want it to be absorbed and you want it to transfer. And that's exactly what happened today. I mean, there was a transfer of that, and our guys really moved the ball at a good clip. And some days the threes are going to be there, some days they're not. We're a lot more than any type of one-dimensional team. Now, are we as multidimensional as we need to be? Not yet, but there's still a lot of room for us to get there.
You mentioned the 2 charges that Tom Crean took in addition to the game he had. What intangibles did he possess today that really set his performance apart?
He's got those. He's one of the best defenders. He's one of the best big defenders in this league, and he's been for a long time. And he's certainly one of the better defenders on our team. And but he played with tremendous energy, and he's in excellent shape, and he was a beneficiary of some good passes that gave him some confidence, especially offensively, and he was very, very active with his feet, and he was active with having his hands out, and so he's got a lot of intangibles that he's brought to us for a long period of time, and it's always great to see him have an aggressive mindset with scoring the basketball.
It seems like you guys went with some bigger lineups today, or at least than we're used to seeing. How much of that was matchups based, and how much of that can we expect to see going
I don't know what you can expect because I don't know what the next game is going to give us. But I mean, I don't have a whole layout on what we're going to do in the next game when it comes to what the matchups are going to be. Some of this was a very fast-paced game, so you've got to make sure you're getting rest when guys are tired. And some of it was matchup-oriented today, and some of it was mistake-driven. You know, we get small real quick after being big because we have one guy that doesn't rotate over and draw a charge. This whole game was about, I don't care what the pace was going to be. We had every intention of running too, but we wanted to make sure that we were playing defense the right way. So most of the decisions you made were based on defense. Now, the one thing, I don't know why someone would bring up on Hulls. Matt Roth has been sick. So before anybody looks at it and wonders why I didn't play him, he's really been sick. In fact, they put more IV fluids in him, Tim Garl said, than anybody he's had in 31 years as a trainer here. So I wanted to put him back in the second half, and today was the first day that he'd been back with us since Wisconsin, and we just decided to wait. But Matt will be fine. Now, there's one guy that was sick. We good? Thanks.